Good evening.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi, we're back.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Thanks to all who served in our military.
Yeah. Including hubby behind the camera.
Including my dad. 20 years in the Navy. Thank you very much for your service.
So we're back.
We're back.
I know.
Yeah.
We've had quite a month.
Yeah.
Both
Between
of us have
your
been sick.
illness, my illness,
Yeah.
my whole family was sick except for my son. He's the only one that didn't get sick.
But we're pretty much back.
Back.
You still have a bit of a cough.
I have a bit of a cough, so I'll apologize in advance if I do end up in a coughing jag. I'll try to move off so that it's not in your ears.
Yeah.
But, and I do have a cough drop, so
Well, I won't be able to hear you very well because I still have
you're
an
still
ear
deaf.
problem.
Yeah.
But one of the effects of having an ear problem is that I tend to talk loud, which
is
actually could
good.
come in handy
Yeah.
tonight. Yeah.
All right. So welcome. I'm Jen with Tea for All Reasons.
And I'm Marcia with Vintage for All Reasons.
Right. And this is our Facebook Live in the pumpkin patch
Yes.
for November.
One of our favorite times of year.
Yes.
If not, maybe next to Christmas.
Well, I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's my favorite meal of the year.
Yeah. I think fall is actually my favorite season.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we're going to get right to it. We got a lot going on.
We do.
And hopefully we'll stay on track.
Mm-hmm.
Stay on track.
Yep.
Okay, so just a reminder of my website, which is teaforallreasons.com. And then my email, which you'll need, so you can put, and Molly is monitoring comments, as she usually does.
Thank you, Molly.
Thank you, Molly. She'll put my email and the website in the comments for you. There is going to be a need, if you want, you'll need to email me on a couple items that are not listed in the shop that I'm going to show you. And so you'll have to email me about that. But my email is info@teaforallreasons.com. And then you're not showing anything tonight?
No, I'm not showing anything.
Okay,
I showed everything
during the
this
week.
past week.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I have nothing.
Yeah, my notifications blew up. I knew when you were showing off new things because my phone would blow up with all the notifications from the page. That's a good thing.
It's a good
But
thing.
anyway, she is Vintage for All Reasons at Etsy. So it's vintageforallreasons.etsy.com, and then her email is info@vintageforallreasons.com.
Yes.
If you want to contact her about any of her
About
stuff.
anything. Yeah.
But tonight it's tea.
It is all about tea. Yeah.
Okay.
And a baking demo.
And a baking demo, and it's a good baking demo. It's pumpkin.
It's pumpkin.
Delicious pumpkin stuff. So, hey, if you pre-ordered an advent calendar, you're going to start getting your shipping notifications probably starting tomorrow. I assembled some today before I started working on this. I'm going to finish the assembly. I'm hoping to get the rest of them made tomorrow. But I may do them in stages, like do a bunch and then ship them out, and then do a bunch and ship them out.
Yeah.
So you'll start getting shipping notifications. If you were an early pre-orderer, I'm going to ship yours out first, of course, first in, first out. And so you'll get that notification, and they'll start going out Monday. Just so you're aware, I have to go to my office this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because we have a new contractor starting.
Okay.
And so I have to be there because the contractor supports moi. And so I need to be there to show him what he needs to do.
Okay, good.
But I am going to try to keep the shipments rolling, despite being at my office during the week. So I will try to get things shipped out Tuesday and Wednesday. If that does not happen, then it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But I'm trying to get them out.
You probably wonder when we sleep.
I sleep every night. I do. My mother-in-law every morning, she's like, this lady that never sleeps, because I'm usually in my chair.
When she goes to bed and when she gets up, right? You're there. Yeah.
No, I go up before she does. Yeah, the advent calendars are tea sample boxes, and I meant to bring one. No, we have one.
Yep.
I meant to bring one to show. It's sealed up, so you won't be able to see the tea packets inside. But if you go to the Facebook group, well, actually, if you go to the listing on the page, there are pictures that show what the box looks like. But it is an Advent tea calendar. Teas, yeah, this is what the finished product looks like. I packaged this up this morning.
Yeah, I'm hand delivering this one tomorrow.
Yep. And so this is what it looks like. It has 24 tea samples for December 1st to the 24th. I know some Advent calendars include Christmas Day, but I don't. I just do up until Christmas Eve.
Right.
And then I do sell a 12 Days of Christmas sample box that is for the 12 Days of Christmas, which is Christmas Day to January 6th, the day of Epiphany. And that's 12 tea samples.
Yeah.
So if you missed out on the Advent, you can do a half size box by doing the 12 Days of Christmas. And I don't think I've listed that on the site yet, but I'll list it on the site tomorrow. The listing will go live tomorrow for pre-orders for that, because I got to get these out first.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so the Advent calendar, I'll get to the second question. The Advent calendar listing is now a normal listing. It was a pre-order listing. Now it's just a normal listing. So if you buy one now, it'll ship out. It may take me a week because I got to get the pre-orders out first, but you'll get it in plenty of time. You'll get it before Thanksgiving, most likely. Do I have a decaf one? No. I can't. I can barely get done the ones that have all of, it's black, green tea, rooibos tea, and herbals. I can't do one that's just decaf.
No,
but
that would be a real custom order, and that's
I just can't. I can't accommodate that because it's so many teas, and I'm just one person.
Yeah.
I'm not like a big tea company that I have employees. It's just me. And so I cannot do a decaf one.
But there are decaf.
But there are plenty. I would say, I'm not going to say half, but although it could be
with
pretty close to half between the herbals and the rooibos that are in there. It could be close to half of them in the Advent box that are decaf, naturally decaffeinated. But yeah, I can't do a straight decaf one. I apologize for that. I was asked that a couple weeks ago and in an email, and I just can't accommodate that.
Yeah.
Especially, I lost a week when I was sick.
Yeah.
And so
she's still playing catch up.
I'm still I caught up. I got caught up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I mentioned the 12 Days of Christmas sampler, and then there's a Hanukkah calendar box as well, and that one has 9 teas. I know Hanukkah is 8 nights, but I throw in the 9th as a bonus. They're still in pre-order status. Hanukkah starts December 7th, and so those boxes will start to ship out around the 20th. And so they're still in pre-order status until around then, and then they'll open up for regular sales. And I have sold a few pre-ordered, pre-ordered Hanukkah box. But if you know anyone who would appreciate a box of tea samples for Hanukkah, I have a sampler.
Yeah, it'd be great. Great gift.
Yep. And the 12 Days of Christmas samplers will start shipping out at the first week of December. So I try to keep things
so
rolling.
you'll have them in plenty of time if you want to give them as gifts.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah.
And I can ship it directly to your gift recipient. If it is a gift, I can ship it directly to them.
That's a great idea.
If it's a pre-order item, you have to order it separately from other teas. Because it's a pre-order, it's a different status on the website. And so if you're ordering other teas, they'll have to be ordered separately. And they ship out separately as well.
Right.
Okay, so that's the announcements. We'll do more announcements at the end.
Yeah.
We've tried to break up the announcements to
Save your voice a little bit.
and not be too boring. Okay.
It's good information, though.
I think so.
It is good. Very valuable.
Okay, so I wanted to show a few things, and then we'll get to. I have two tea demos for tonight. One of the pumpkin teas, but then I am going to show some holiday teas later, because I didn't want to wait until December to show the holiday teas, so that you have plenty of time to buy them if you want them, or to get them as gifts for other people or whatever. I have plenty of time because our next Facebook Live is not until December, and that's cutting it kind of close.
Yeah. It is.
If we wait to show you the new teas that are listed in the shop.
Is it like December 8th or something?
The 9th.
In the 9th. Okay.
Yeah, December 9th.
Okay.
I apologize for the cough. Okay, so first off, here is... I was bummed that we didn't have this for the last Facebook
I
Live,
know.
so that we
had it shortly after.
Shortly after. But this is the new... I shouldn't say new. The second edition, it's the second printing of Mom's Cookbook, but it is in a new format because we went with a different publisher. And so it is a completely new format, the different spiral, new cover, and then the pages look...
Yeah, we have photographs instead of graphics
on the menu pages. And I think it turned out really well.
Yeah, one of the things that I appreciate, because one of the cooking demos tonight is from the cookbook, but what I appreciate is that this one folds over.
Open.
The other one, it was kind of awkward to get it to fold over, and this one does really well. So I like that feature.
It is a softer cover.
Yeah.
But it will protect the cookbook.
And that's because we really wanted the look. We couldn't get the look we wanted, the leatherette look in
any other
of
the covers.
The other thing is that we did kind of take a poll of everybody who chose to answer whether you wanted a more of a hardcover or a spiral, and everybody said they wanted a spiral, and so that dictated the type of cover page that we would have. So, and that's why.
And the table of contents lists all of the teas. So these are tea menus. They're themed teas with all of the recipes, and so all of the recipes are listed in this table of contents.
Right.
And it shows the tea menus for the themed teas.
Right.
So it's a good cookbook.
Yeah.
I use mine. I have one of the old originals. I'm going to keep one of these for myself too. And I use it all the time. It's actually quite a mess. It's
my old one's a mess because
it's been used.
It's from 2006, so it's been used a lot.
I think I've had cream drip on mine, and
I probably
cranberry.
spilled tea on mine, and
I think cranberry and orange got on mine when I was doing those cranberry orange squares.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the cookbook is available in the shop. She's going to have it in her Etsy shop as well.
It is in the shop now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so if you haven't had a chance to buy this yet, we have plenty available.
Great gift for the tea lover in your life because, lots of great ideas.
Yep. So that's the cookbook. Did want to show that. And then I showed these last month. I'm going to show them again because I'll be honest, I was sick and so I didn't work on photography for anything, but these still are not listed in my shop. But these are those tea clips that I showed last month. Okay, I'll do the acorns by themselves. The 2 acorns that are glass with the real acorn cap on top.
Yeah.
Tea clips, and these are $12 each. So if you're interested in one of these, you'll need to email me and I'll send you a PayPal invoice. And then I have the teapot with the black and white striped.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
This one's $9, and then the rainbow crystals, and this one is $8. So if you're interested in any of those, you'll need to email me at info@teaforallreasons.com, and I'll send you that PayPal invoice. And if you're interested in tea too, I can add whatever teas you're interested in your PayPal invoice as well. So you're just making one payment.
And just remind them again how to use that with the tea set.
Yeah. So if you want to go get your tea clip,
Yes.
and then I won't dirty these. And when we do the demo of the teas, I use the tea sacks in the cups, and I'll show you how to use. Whoops! I just messed up there a little. I don't know what I did. And I'll demonstrate a tea clip that's similar. I sold this style too. They're in the shop with the cute little wired tea cup and the beaded. In a lot of different colors. But I'll demonstrate this when I do the tea demo.
Good.
Put that right there for now. Okay. And then I always show these because I've started using these. And I knocked something
That's
over,
all right.
so Pop's trying to fix that.
That's right.
These tea sacks. I never know which side to show because one side has French. Tea sack, and this is the size number 1, and I use these in these cups. You can use these for a smaller mug. But that's the tea sack 1, and then the tea sack 2. On the website, the box looks like this, but has a number 2. But this is what you'll actually get. It's the same tea sack. It's just different packaging.
And the same quantity.
And the same quantity. You still get 100 in there. So this is tea sack number 2. And then the tea sack number 2 is good for a larger mug. Mm-hmm. If you have a 12-ounce plus mug, use the tea sack 2. Because then you can get the quantity of tea that you need in there.
Or if you have
small pot.
small pot, a 1 or 2 cup pot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can use the tea sack 2. And then I have the tea sack 3, which is good for a pot. One of these is good for a 3 to 4 cup pot. If you have a 6 to 8 cup pot, you probably want to use 2 of these.
No, I usually use just 1. Yeah.
In a 6 to 8 cup? Well, you can get quite a bit of tea in there.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what I do.
It's been a while since I've done a pot.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I wanted to show these because these are great stocking stuffers. This is the Empress style tea strainer. And I've shown these in the past. Mm-hmm. When you do a pot of tea, you're going to strain because you've got the leaves loose in your pot. And so you pour your tea into your cup through the strainer so you don't get the leaves. And then it comes with this little cup. It's silver or it's stainless so that you don't drip on the table.
Right.
So that's the Empress. But then I also have the Paris tea strainer that works in a mug.
And this is what I use every day in my mug.
Paris tea strainer works in the mug. You put your tea leaves directly in this cup, and then you pour your water over and you let it steep for however long. And then you just take it out, rinse it out. You're good to go. You got your tea. It'll work in the larger mug as well. You just have to make sure that your water comes up high enough.
Right.
Because obviously this doesn't go quite down as deep.
Right.
This is a 15-ounce mug. The Tea for All Reasons 15-ounce mug. And that works there. And then this is the 11-ounce Tea for All Reasons mug. Mm-hmm. And then I also sell this tea timer that will show you the 3 colors or the 3 different kinds, the times. The pink one is for herbals. And it says 7 minutes, which is probably a good time, 5 plus on the herbals. Mm-hmm. The black one in the middle is for black tea. And that says 5 minutes.
Mm. Yeah.
It depends on the tea.
It does.
And your preference.
Yeah.
3 to 5. And then the green one is 3 minutes. And what it says on there is green tea or oolong. Mm. And that's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's a handy
Very
thing.
handy tool. Yeah.
And then the last thing I wanted to show you, oh no, this is the last thing. And then I wanted to remind you, I carry these tea makers. This is what I've used these for a demo. That's why it's got watermark on it. This is a 16 ounce and this is an 18 ounce. But you just put your tea directly in the container, and then you pour your water in, let it steep, and then you put it over your mug, and it's got a plate in the bottom that gets pushed up, and your tea decants dry. It just goes right down. This is how I brew my tea. This sits next to my kettle. This is how I brew. Mine is disgusting looking because it's stained from the tea.
Can it go in the dishwasher?
I put it in the dishwasher.
And does it clean it well?
It cleans it pretty well, but it does get stained from the tea. Honestly, probably twice a year, I put a little bit of OxyClean powder.
I wondered. Yeah.
In it, and with hot water up to the top, and I let it sit overnight, and it takes out most of that tea stain.
That's a good
most
tip.
of it, but it's still.
Yeah.
After a while, it's going to be brown on the inside because tea stains everything.
Right.
But I mean, it doesn't matter because it's clean.
It's yours.
And it's mine.
Yeah.
And it's clean. But yeah, I run it through the dishwasher about once a month.
Okay.
I don't wash it by hand because I want to make sure all the soap gets out.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's great. And it has a little tray, like a little coaster. This one's broken.
Yeah.
But it's got a coaster, little drip tray.
Yeah, very good.
And it lives on my counter. It literally lives on my counter. And then this one also has a drip tray. Works the same. It's got the same. Kevin uses this style.
Yeah.
I don't know why we have his and
Well,
hers.
you can tell them apart. That's good.
Yeah. Anyway, so I sell those on the website, and they're a handy tool, and they would make a great gift for a tea lover. And then I relisted these in the shop this week. These are the old Advent calendar wall hangings. This one is from 2021, the first year, I think. It's discounted. The snowflakes, and it's got 24 pockets for your Advent
Just
teas.
the perfect size.
Perfect size for the tea packets from the Advent calendar tea box. $49, and this one is available on the website. The others I'm going to show you it's not working on the website, and so if you're interested in it, you have to email me. But this one, the red snowflakes, is on the website. And then I do have one from 2021. I have a few of the snowflake ones available on the website. I only have this one of the red teacups, and you can see the packet fits in there perfectly.
Yeah, I love that pattern with the teacups.
I know, cute, right?
Yeah, really cute. And it's got the numbers. I hope you see the numbers.
Yeah, they have the numbers.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in this one, you need to email me that you're interested in the red teacups Advent wall hanging.
Have a cup of cheer.
Have a cup of cheer. And I'll send you a PayPal invoice. It's $49 for this style, the red teacups. But you have to email me for that one. And then these two are what's left from last year. And they're similar style. The front is the same, which is this one. But the backing fabric and the border fabric are different. So this is called Merry Christmas number 2. And you can see this one actually has 25 pockets, and the tea packets fit in there, and then you get a little bonus pocket.
It's so cute.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah.
Very cute. This one has the holly background, but the border is I don't know how to describe it. It's like fir tree.
It is. It's like winter snow
it's like
scene.
Christmas trees.
Yeah.
I think on the border.
Yeah.
And then this other one has the same back but a different border.
Okay.
Which is why they're
one?
different.
Yeah.
Okay.
And are these on the website?
These are not on the website.
So
you have to email me for these. These are $54. And so this is the same on the front. This one's Merry Christmas number 3. And it's got the same back. But this border has
Holly.
Fir
tree with
it's like fir tree with holly berries, but then there's a little bit of blue
Yeah.
Like it's got a sky background. It's hard to tell because it's just the border.
And it's very muted blue.
It
really.
is, yeah.
It just blends in. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're almost identical, but they are different.
Yeah.
And so this one's Merry Christmas number 3. And so if you're interested in this one, send me an email. Again, 54. I forget how this was folded up. And this one's number 2. Stick that in the pocket so I don't lose it. And so if you're interested in either one of these, they're 54. You have to email me at info@tforallreasons.com.
And do you have just those two?
Just these 2.
Okay.
I have
Don't
one,
wait then.
like literally just these 2. There's
Okay.
one of number 2 and one of number 3, and
Okay.
that's it of those 2. And so if you're interested in any of those, let me know. And like I said, any of the stuff that would need to PayPal and invoice to you, if you want teas as well or any other items, send me in the email, send me that list of items too, and I can add those to your PayPal invoice so that it's one
good.
one payment.
Good.
And I'm happy to do that for you. Okay, so that was a lot. Yeah. I'm going to take a sip of my tea out of my Tea for All Reasons thermal mug. And I have these available in the shop as well.
We use those every day, all day.
Mm-hmm. And this is tea from before we left, and it's still warm.
Still warm.
It's not hot,
Yeah.
but it is warm.
Yeah.
It's a nice temperature, actually. I can drink it without burning my mouth.
Right.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to get into, I'm going to show you the pumpkin teas, and I'm going to demonstrate 4. I'm going to brew 4. And then you'll start should we take a break and then do your baking? It's already been a half an hour. Where you go right into your baking demo and then the break. Let's stick with the plan.
All right, it's not going to take that long. It's
Yeah.
pretty easy recipe.
Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate. I'm gonna show the teas, demonstrate brewing. Then she's gonna start the baking demo, and then we'll take a short break to kind of reset. Because then I'm gonna show and brew some more teas.
Yeah. So the first half is going to be longer than the second.
Yeah,
half.
that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Okay, so let's get to the pumpkin teas. I have 7 teas to show. Do we have any questions? No questions? Everything's pretty straightforward. Okay, I have 7 teas to show of our pumpkin teas. And so I'll
Why don't you do, because the water
do the 3 that I'm not.
do
Well,
the
I
3.
had started the water
Yeah, but
before we
it's-
started.
I know, but it needs to boil for the black one.
But it
for
had
sure.
already been boiling. I had
Yeah.
already done it.
Okay.
All right, I'll show these. Okay, so I'll start with these 3. I'm not going to demonstrate these 3. The first one is salty caramel pumpkin, and this is an oolong tea. And it sounds just like, it tastes just like it sounds. Salty caramel and pumpkin.
So good.
It's so good. It smells good.
Yeah.
It's a good, yeah, it's a bestseller. And I highly recommend it.
It has brittle pieces in it.
Yes,
Caramel,
the caramel
and
brittle.
and coconut. Wow.
Cardamom, pumpkin pieces,
Pomegranate.
all in an oolong
Oh, it's
base.
so good.
It's good. Now I want some. Okay, and then our ever popular pumpkin spice chai.
Yeah.
And again, it tastes just like it sounds. It's pumpkin spice with chai seasonings in it. It's black tea base. Pumpkin flavor. It's all the spices of pumpkin and chai. They go together. Ginger, cardamom, cinnamon, a little bit of black pepper. And it does have some pumpkin sprinkles, little orange pumpkin sprinkles in there. And that is pumpkin spice chai. I'm not brewing that one tonight. And then the third one I'm not brewing is Mimi's pumpkin pie. It's very similar to Auntie's pumpkin pie, but it's the rooibos version of it. So this is rooibos, which is herbal, naturally decaffeinated. For those of you who are looking for decaf teas, I am trying to increase my decaf because I know more and more people are looking for decaf. And so whether it's decaf black or a rooibos,
Right.
which is naturally decaffeinated, or an herbal, I'm trying to accommodate because I'm trying to drink less caffeine as well. especially in the afternoon and the evening. So this is Mimi's pumpkin pie. This one does have a little bit of black tea in it, so be aware it's not completely decaf because it does have a little bit of black tea. It's got cloves, caramel pieces, cinnamon bits, pumpkin, and it does have orange jimmies, the orange sprinkles.
Yep.
Not pumpkins, just little jimmies.
Yeah.
And that is Mimi's pumpkin pie. My phone. Okay, and then these 4 I'm going to show you. I am going to brew so that you can see what they look like. The first one is pecan pumpkin tart, which I keep in my kitchen year round.
Yeah.
It's in one of my jars because even though it's pumpkin-y, it's not spicy.
No.
No.
It's just very, I wouldn't say refreshing. It's very comforting.
Yeah, it's a nice, and this is a green tea. It's a nice green tea. It does have a little bit of spice, but it's not super spicy. It's hard to explain. It has a little bit of cardamom and cinnamon in it, but it's not an overwhelming spice.
No,
I
not
drink
at all.
it in the summer. It's a nice tea.
Yeah.
But it does have pumpkin bits and it has pecan. Pecan pumpkin tart. It has a
There you
little
go.
bit of a pastry flavor to it.
It does. Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
So you're going to do that one.
I'm going to brew this one. And then I'm going to brew Auntie's pumpkin pie, which I mentioned when I showed the Mimi's. But this is the classic
The black version.
black tea, Auntie's pumpkin pie, black tea, pumpkin flavor. It's got the little pumpkin sprinkles in it.
I'm going to move this one over here. Do the black first.
Okay. Excuse me. And then the rooibos I'm showing off is pecan spice cheesecake.
This
Not
is
pecan, pumpkin spice cheesecake.
It's one of my favorites.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I haven't had this one in a while.
I know, well, I ran out.
I opened the
Last year and I
container
needed
and
more.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I need to put some of this in my kitchen.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because this is a good one. But it is rooibos. It's got rooibos and honeybush and some green rooibos in it. So it's naturally decaffeinated. This one for sure is naturally decaffeinated. No black tea in it. It's got cinnamon bark, raisins, white chocolate drops, pumpkin, nutmeg, and it is
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah. I mean, this one, you know, all day long you could drink it, but it would really just be so nice at night. when
Yeah,
you're
it's-
trying to relax. And
It's a nice dessert cup.
it is a nice dessert cup. If
If
you
you-
want something really seasonal, you know, it's
Yeah,
it's a great
seasonal
choice.
without the sugar.
Yeah.
It is a nice dessert cup
Yeah.
to finish your evening.
Yes.
And then the last one I'm going to demonstrate is jus au pumpkin, pumpkin juice. It is herbal, and so it is naturally decaffeinated, and it's got apple and carrot pieces, hibiscus, cinnamon, pumpkin, cardamom. It's got beet pieces. It's fruity herbal,
yeah.
and it's delicious.
Yeah. I don't know that.
It's got some.
I think I had this when you first brought it out, but I ran out.
It's a nice one, and I
It
drink
is.
this one in the summer too.
Yeah.
So this was inspired by that movie, the books and movies about the magical Wonder Kids. If you know what I'm talking about, I can't name it. But this was something that the kids would drink when they would go into one of the towns near their wizard school. And when I did the research on it, it was actually a combination of pumpkin and orange. And so that's what this is.
Ah.
This is a nice combination
Okay.
of pumpkin and orange,
Oh,
which
I
you
like
wouldn't
that.
know go together, but they do.
They do.
Yeah. So that's what
very
this
good.
is. The juice au pumpkin or pumpkin juice. So I'm going to demonstrate all 4 of those. I think our water is good. So I'm going to show you, as I always do, we have the tea sacks. Number 1, these are straight out of the box
Which side do you want this on?
on the left. Here, let's move. We'll move these out of the way. Okay.
It's very full.
Okay. Yeah, I filled it to the max. Okay, so I look for, remember that they come 2 sealed together, and I look for the bottom and the top of one, and I pull them apart. And then I'm gonna, okay, this is the right side. Open the tea sack, I'm going to do the Auntie's pumpkin pie first, the black tea. I should do the rooibos and the herbal first, actually. I am going to do that. I'm going to do the herbal first because they need longer. So I fill my perfect cup of teaspoon, and then I flip it to empty it. And this is the perfect cup of teaspoon that I show every month. I sell these in the shop, and they're great. So these are 5 to 6 ounce cups. So I'm only doing 1 scoop. And I'll show the T-clip. I fold the sack over and I put the T-clip, and I'm going to put it down here in the cup. So we're doing the herbal first
Oh, okay.
because they steep longer.
Right. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And then I'm going to do, so the herbal and then the rooibos, and we'll put water on those, and then I'll do the black and the green. So I'm doing the pumpkin spice cheesecake. I got my perfect cup of teaspoon. Dump that in the tea sack, and I'm going to put that one right here.
Do you want me to do water or no?
Yeah, you can do the water.
Okay. So this one first.
Yeah. And then I'm going to separate my tea sacks again. I've got 2 right here. 5 minutes. Yep. Got it? All right. Now I'm going to do the Auntie's pumpkin pie, which is the black tea. So the herbal and the rooibos are going to get about 4 to 5 minutes. All right. So this is Auntie's pumpkin pie. And so you can do the water on that one. I'll switch this over here. And then I'm going to do the pecan pumpkin tart because that takes less time. All right, and you can see the spoon into the sack. And there you go. Okay. All right, so I know you have your timer. Okay. I just wanted to make sure we didn't oversteep the green.
Right.
Right. Okay.
All right. Now, you know what I can do while you're waiting for those to steep? I can talk a little bit about the recipe that's in the cookbook.
The bread.
And because that won't take long, and then you can come back and show them the teas brewed.
Well, the green tea is going to be ready in about a minute.
Okay. All right.
So that's the only hesitation on that.
Well, but it can sit for a minute while I finish.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Let me do that because that'll break
Okay.
this up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Is he coming over there?
Yeah.
Or you're going to come
Can you
over
come over
here?
here? No, he needs to go over here. We're being flexible tonight because we don't want to have some empty space. So, all right. I wanted to, Jen, if you can hand me the cookbook. I wanted to bring a couple of things to you tonight. The first thing is just to talk briefly about a recipe that is in the very back of the cookbook. It's the coconut pumpkin sweetbread. And I wanted to do this for you tonight. I'm not demonstrating how to make it. I'm showing you the finished product, but I wanted to talk about the recipe because if you will notice on the recipe, it calls for 2 3.5 ounce boxes of non-instant coconut cream pudding. Well, it's practically impossible to find the Cook and Serve coconut cream pudding, the Jell-O brand, let's say. And when I do find it, I usually get them and put them in the freezer. And I thought that I had some in the freezer, and I didn't. So I went on the search, and I had a hard time finding. As a matter of fact, I didn't find the Cook and Serve. So I ordered the instant, and I had a discussion with hubby about it, and we decided that I should go ahead and make it with the instant just to see how it turned out. Because if you're not going to be able to get the Cook and Serve, you're going to be up a creek. And so I thought, all right, I'm just going to do a test. Well, it was very worthwhile experiment because it came out fine. So if you're able to find the instant, now I had to go to the internet to find it. And not all stores carry a lot of the puddings anymore. So you'll have to maybe order it online. I got mine from Amazon. So let's, I want to show you the finished product. What? It's all right. Yeah.
The alarm is going out for the tea.
Okay. This is the finished product, and I made one large loaf, and I made 3 small ones, and so this is it. It's very moist. It came out just great, and we've done a taste test, and we liked it very much. So I don't want you to get frustrated if you can't find the cook and serve. You can use the instant. I think the cook and serve is probably the ideal, but this will suffice. So that's the finished product. Let me show you what I did. I decided to do 1 large and 3 small loaves. And I did that just to give myself some flexibility about the pans and the finished product. I wanted to be able to put some in the freezer. The large one, actually, after I bake it, I cut it in half and then put it into baggies. So, and then the other thing I want to share with you is that these are wonderful tools for baking in a loaf pan. You can get these online, and what I would suggest, and this saves you from having to do the greasing and the flouring of the loaf pans. All I did was spray and then put in the liner and just kind of pressed it into the corners. And especially with this one is not as tall, but it still worked. I sprayed and I just kind of pressed this into the corners just to get, like when you do a parchment lined cake pan. So that is those are wonderful tools when you're doing loaves. This is the finished product that came out of this size, and I baked them and cooled them completely and then put them into a baggie, and then they'll go into another baggie to go into the freezer. What?
Hold it there for a second.
Oh, okay.
Moving all over.
Okay. All right. So that's what I wanted to tell you about the recipe in the cookbook, and it's worthwhile. It's a wonderful blend of coconut and pumpkin, and it's one of my favorites. I pretty much make it every year, so it's wonderful for teas. Okay?
Yep. Okay. All right. So I've already squeezed the bags, but I'll show you. So the last one I did was the herbal. So the tea squeezer that I carry in the shop to squeeze all of that tea out of the tea sack. So I've already squeezed all of them out. And so let me show you the finished teas. Excuse me. So this is the pecan pumpkin tart, and it looks pink because it has hibiscus in it, and the hibiscus is what makes it pink, but it is pale like a green tea is supposed to be. And so this is the pecan pumpkin tart. This one is the Auntie's pumpkin pie. It's a nice amber color. Maybe could have steeped a little bit longer, but that actually looks pretty good. Mm-hmm. This one right here is the pumpkin spice cheesecake, which is the rooibos. It's also a really nice amber color, but with a little more red. I'm not sure if it shows well, but this one has a more reddish color to the amber, and that is that rooibos. And then over here, this is the pumpkin juice, and this one is pink as well because it has the hibiscus in it as well as the beets. I said it has beet pieces in it too. And so that is the herbal pumpkin juice. Pumpkin is the herbal. So those are our 4 teas from the pumpkin patch. Yum. Showing tonight. Molly wants to drink the pumpkin spice cheesecake. She's already called dibs. And so
I may do the pumpkin juice.
Do that.
Juice.
Do it's good. Excuse me. So someone asked if the recipe you talked about is going to be on the website.
Yes.
The coconut.
Well, the one
bread?
I'm going to do next, the pumpkin coconut bread is in the cookbook. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at this next question.
Yeah, that was for me. So I'm reluctant to put it on the website since it's in the cookbook. I'll think about that. But I've got another recipe that I'm going to demonstrate tonight that will go on the website.
Yeah, on the website. Did you answer that?
Well, I think Molly did it, but
in the comments.
Yeah, but just to reiterate, when you bake the loaves, you want to make sure that they're totally cooled before you put them in the bag.
Yeah.
Or-
Otherwise, the
yeah,
moisture.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll end up with steam in the bag.
Yeah, totally cool. And also don't be tempted, although it is tempting, and we did cut into it today because hubby really wanted to taste it. You really should wait till they're cool before you cut into
Yeah.
them because you want it to cut really nicely. So,
It was very good. Warm.
but it was
Yeah,
very good.
it's good.
Yeah,
That's a
if
good
you're going
bread.
to eat the whole little loaf, all right. But yeah, but it's really better if you cool it.
Yeah, let it
completely.
cool.
Yeah,
But it's tasty warm.
it is
It's tasty warm with
So-
a little butter.
with a little butter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
We're ready.
now they're going to go back over to the stove for the baking demo.
Okay. Now, this is not a new recipe for some of you. I've been featuring this every fall, I think, for the last 2 or 3 years. And I feature it because this is probably my favorite fall recipe. I start making them probably in early September. And I've been doing this every year since I figured it was probably like 1986 or 1987 when I started making them. And I would give them as gifts. I would give them to our neighborhood for their Thanksgiving breakfast. And I stopped doing that because that was kind of labor intensive. But for a long time, I also would take them to new neighbors that came into the neighborhood. So they've been shared a lot. I send them as birthday gifts and what have you. But anyway, and I've kind of adjusted it through the years. This recipe is my own, and I've tested it, and this is my favorite way of doing it. And it's super easy, super easy. So what we're going to have here is for pumpkin muffins, it's 1 cup of honey. And that's not the honey yet. That's the oil. I'm going to pour the honey in a minute, and I'm going to tell you why I haven't poured it yet. So 1 cup of honey, 1/2 cup of oil, and I'm using avocado oil. 1.5 cups of pumpkin, and this is the plain unseasoned pumpkin from a can. It is 1 can, 15-ounce can. 3 cups in this bowl are 3 cups of unbleached flour, and I use King Arthur. It's just a great quality flour, and I like it a lot. 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of soda, baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of cloves, 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So here are all the dry ingredients. And again, I'll post this recipe. It is actually on the Food for All Reasons Facebook page now. You could type in the name, or you can scroll back to last year because it was posted last year, but I will do it again. So what I'm going to do is just whisk the dry ingredients together and set them aside for a minute. Okay. And now I'm going to do the wet ingredients. And I mentioned about the honey. I didn't measure it out because I don't know if you've had the frustration of measuring out honey into a measuring cup and then it kind of clings to the cup. So the best thing to do is do your oil first, pour the oil out, and then measure your honey into this cup. And that honey is going to come out real easily. So we want a cup. And I don't even remember how I learned about that. It must have been in a cooking show sometime. Okay. And that honey is just going to come out so easily. Okay, there's your honey. All right, and then next is your 4 large eggs. And then the pumpkin. Get all of that out of there. Okay, and now I'm going to whisk this together. And that honey is kind of stiff, so you want to break up your eggs. Jen makes these too.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Been a while?
Kevin does most of our baking.
Yeah.
My husband.
Yeah. All right, you just want that to be nice and smooth.
But I should add, he makes muffins. I should
Does
ask
he?
him, yeah, he makes blueberry muffins. I should ask him to make these.
Well, I'm going to send some home with you, so
Okay, well, I appreciate that.
yeah.
I
And-
may hide them.
Yeah. A lot of people do that with the baked goods. They hide them from their kids or hubby.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm going to add the nuts and the raisins to the wet ingredients, because if you try to do it to the dry ingredients, it's going to be very, very stiff.
Yeah. I
And-
make it without the nuts and the raisins.
Oh, no.
I don't like the walnuts and the raisins. I like the unadulterated.
That's not the real recipe,
Well,
though.
that's how I make it.
So anyway, the reason why I do this is because with muffins, you do not want to overmix. And if you try to incorporate the nuts and the raisins into the dry ingredients, you're going to wind up mixing it too much. All
Could
right.
you substitute sweet potato in this recipe? A family member is allergic to pumpkin.
Oh. Well,
I don't see why not.
I suppose so,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet that would be good.
it would be good. All right, so I'm going to add the dry ingredients. And look at this tool. Jen gave me this for my birthday or Christmas one year.
Yeah.
And it is perfect for this because this is a very, and especially when you're using a big bowl like this, it really gets it mixed in well.
Is it a Swedish dough hook?
I think
It's
it
a
is.
Swedish dough. I think it's Swedish.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like something about the Swedish chef from the Muppets.
Yeah, I don't even know. I think someone was advertising it on Facebook maybe a few years ago, and I thought, well, that's what I need for the pumpkin muffins because this dough is very stiff, and it's kind of hard to do it with a spatula or a wooden spoon. It's just it just does a better job of mixing the dry into the moist. Just keep going till you get it all in. And really, again, you don't want to overmix, but you want to make sure that all the white of the flour is incorporated in. Because, what I have found is if you have white bits, they will show in the finished product. So you want to make sure you get all of that. Okay. All right, I think we're in good shape. All right.
I'll take that.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to wash.
Oh, well, then you could have taken that. I was trying to help.
What?
I was going to take this to the sink, but then you went to the sink.
All right. Now I'm just going to do the last. No, that's for the topping. Yeah, I didn't forget anything. Okay. All right, that's all the white. Okay, let's make some room here.
I'll get that stuff.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Right here. All right, now a couple of years ago, I treated myself to, when you're married, when you've been married as long as I have, as long as we have, there just comes a time when you need to redo some of the tools you have in the kitchen. And mixing bowls or pans, cookie sheets. I just bought some new cookie sheets because I needed some additional ones. And it's just, it's just time to throw out the old and bring in some new. And I treated myself to these that are from Williams Sonoma. And they are so wonderful. They're worth the extra price because they're nice and heavy, but they're not dark. You don't want dark pans because the result will be brown bottoms.
Yeah, you get darker bottom.
Darker bottom. And that's for a cookie sheet or a muffin tin. And I really bought these for Yorkshire puddings to perfect the Yorkshire puddings. But these are perfect for the pumpkin muffins too. Now, I will say this. The original recipe of the pumpkin muffins makes 24. But that was based on a smaller, and I don't mean a mini, just a bit smaller muffin tin, which is not as high as this
Yeah,
one.
they make them bigger now.
They make them bigger
The
now.
tins are bigger.
Yeah. So therefore, I will not get 24 out of this recipe. I may get 20, but I have a feeling it'll be more like 18. But if you have smaller muffin tins, you probably will get 24. I've never done them in the mini because it was just a very dense muffin, and I don't think they would turn out as well as a mini. One more point. I sprayed the muffin tins. I just prefer not to use the cupcake liners. I think they're for cupcakes. I don't like using them with my muffins because I just don't want to mess with taking them off. I guess if you're taking them somewhere for an event or something, it might be a good idea, but I've just never used the muffin liners for muffins, the cupcake liners for muffins. I just prefer them right in the pan.
Yep.
Okay? So, and a handy ice cream scoop really does the perfect amount. And these, again, they're dense muffin, and so they can handle being almost to the top.
Yeah, they don't rise.
They don't rise and they don't spill over.
Yeah, they do rise, but they don't spill over.
They don't spill over, so it's okay. I feel, almost to the top. Now, something else I want to mention to you is that when you are using a muffin tin, like for instance, I'm thinking of doing the 2 pans, but I'm going to leave the bottom row empty, probably, depending on how many muffins I make. I'm going to pour water in these, and that will evenly disperse the heat and keep your pan in good shape because
Yeah.
you don't want to burn.
Because you sprayed the pan.
Yeah,
You don't want that little bit of grease to burn into the pan.
right.
It affects the finish.
Yeah.
Someone asked, can parchment paper help prevent dark bottoms on darker pans? No.
And are you talking about like for a cake pan?
Or cookies.
Or a cookie
I was
sheet?
thinking cookie sheet.
Yeah.
I think the answer is no, because it's still a dark pan. Maybe a little bit.
I think they get hotter.
I think, yeah.
We just like the
I like a lighter aluminum
a
pan
light aluminum pan. Yeah.
for cookies. Like a heavyweight one, but lighter
She
shade.
said either one, either like cookie pans or cake pans.
Okay.
Yeah. You're. If that's what you have, then yeah, use the parchment. That might help a little bit.
Now, thanks, Jen. If I am determined to get 18 out of these,
You can take some out of the
I can,
others.
but I think I might be okay. Yeah. And then we'll we'll try to get as much of this into the others. See if maybe some of them are a little light on
Oops, that
on
might
the
be too
dough.
much.
All right.
It's sticky.
It is sticky. Yeah, I'll use my finger to get some of it out.
I'll let you.
Okay. All right. So let's try to clean these up a little bit.
Maybe over there too. Could use a little bit.
Yeah. That one.
And the one next to it, to the right.
That one.
Yeah.
And, you know, they don't have to be perfect, but because they really do even out when they start to bake. Excuse my fingers. They are clean, though.
Yep. Clean hands.
They already smell good.
Mm-hmm. They do.
All right. Now, let me wash this off.
Okay. Pardon me.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
This is totally optional, but it's something I've kind of started doing the last couple of years. Just to give it a little bit of crunch on top, I use the coarse brown sugar. Just adds a little bit of interest. I never used to do it, but I really like the added crunch and sweetness on the top. And these, again, I've been making these since the 80s. And trust me, 15 minutes and they are done. Every single time. That one looks like a little,
I think I put too much in
got
there.
extra in that one.
That's me.
That one may take a little longer. Okay.
All right. And then the water.
And then the water. Thanks for reminding me. And you don't have to fill it, just enough.
Now, my husband argues with me about the water.
Does he?
Well, he wants to be able to just flip the pan over to dump the muffins out.
I don't do
And you
that.
can't do that.
No, I've never
With
dumped
the water.
them out.
Well, that's what he does. He's like, then you can't dump out. How do you get them out? Like a normal person, you get them out.
Want to bring one
Yeah.
over? All right, in the 400-degree oven they go. And actually, I'm going to put the water towards the back.
Delicious.
Okay, there we go. 15 minutes.
Someone said that even if you didn't spray the empty muffin tins, the pan would get too hot on that side, and it might cause the last row of muffins to get too hot on that side where the
You're right.
tin is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to repeat that?
Yeah. So someone said, hopefully I can remember how she explained it. Even if you don't spray the empty cups, they get too hot and can impact the muffins that are next to those cups.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why you put the water in those cups.
Right.
It helps to even out the heat through the pan so that what baked good you do have in there is going to bake evenly, across the board. So
Yeah. So it's not just for the baking integrity, but it's also for the pan, for the sake of
Yeah.
the pan.
Yeah.
That you want to do the water. So, all right, they're in for 15 minutes. We're
All
going
right,
to take,
we're going to take
break.
a break. So let's see. It's about 8:02. Let's come back at 8:10.
Okay.
So like a 7-8 minute break, and then we'll come back at 10 after 8, and I'll show the last of the teas, and we'll do the final announcements.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, and we have a question. Would gluten-free flour affect anything? I know it usually doesn't.
I've never used gluten-free flour with
Yeah.
this recipe. I probably should try it sometime, but I've never done gluten-free.
Yeah, I would think you probably could 1-for-1 use a gluten-free flour. You might need to test it a couple times to get it how you like it. But I would think probably would work. So give it a try.
Yeah, I will say this too. The original recipe that I made for these pumpkin muffins called for whole wheat flour. And I did it with all whole wheat flour. And then I backed off and I did half whole wheat, half white. And then I went to the unbleached flour, and I just like the recipe better.
I think you're better with that.
Yeah. The whole wheat, all whole wheat, made them very dense and very heavy. And they didn't seem to rise as much. I wanted a better rise. The half and half was okay. I may have even used rye flour, but I really like it with the unbleached white. I just do.
delish.
Yeah.
They're delish.
So.
It's a fabulous recipe.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll come back at 10 after, which is about 6 minutes, and we'll finish up with the holiday teas and announcements.
Yeah. Okay, we're back. We're back.
Yay! Welcome back. Okay, so we needed that short little break to get reset so that I can do the. I'm going to push that. So I can show the holiday teas. So we're done with the pumpkin part. We're out of the patch. Moving on to holidays.
Okay.
Getting in the Christmas spirit. I made the kids listen to Christmas music in the car on the way here. I was
My
feeling
kids, by the way,
just
she
Molly.
means me because Jesse had earbuds in.
That is
okay.
true. My son had his earbuds in and he was listening to whatever he was listening to from his phone. But Molly enjoyed the Christmas music with me.
And most of the time we were just talking.
We were talking most of the time.
Well, you're helping to get me in the mood because we are actually going to start putting up a couple of trees this week.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not decorated, but at least in place.
up. Yeah. I thought about doing Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving, but I'm hosting Thanksgiving at my house for about 20 people, and I realized I wouldn't have room.
Yeah.
I need the seating
Yeah.
because there's a chair where the tree goes. So
I
Gotta
find the older I get, the longer
it takes.
takes.
Oh, there's that
So-
too. I told Molly, she and my son Jesse, they're doing it. So
That's awesome. Molly, you
Well-
could come and help me.
we'll see what happens.
No, she
We'll
doesn't.
see if I'm able to relinquish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You're creative.
The whole thing,
Yeah,
making sure that the right things get put out. Because I have a lot of Christmas decorations and we only barely tap.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, but well, I'll make sure the right stuff. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, so I'm going to show holiday teas. Welcome back. And so yes, trying to get into the Christmas spirit. I actually started thinking about Christmas in the summer, and so I'm there.
Takes
All
that
right.
long to get ready.
So I have several new teas, and I didn't want to wait until December to show you these in case you want to get a head start on your holiday tea buying. And so I'm going to show these. I have 7 to show you, and I'm going to demonstrate. Wait a minute, I moved them. Am I demonstrating 3?
Yeah.
Shoot. Okay,
Yeah.
so gingerberry. No, I think I moved one.
Oh, the cranberry.
No,
No?
I was doing one green. I think I was doing a black.
Okay.
Okay, all right, that's me. I was trying to get organized and I screwed myself up. Yeah, and I was going to do this one. Okay, all right. Okay, I got it. Okay. Woo! Okay. All right, so let me show you the ones I'm not going to brew first, like I did with the pumpkin teas. So the first one I'm going to show you, these sleeves are driving me crazy, excuse me. First one I'm going to show you is a black tea. This is figgy pudding, and this is new this year. I worked on this during the summer, and I had some beta tasters who actually tested this.
Okay.
And I gave you a sample too.
Yes, you did.
And
yes.
and everybody liked it the way it was, and so this is like right out of the gate.
That's awesome.
I love it. So figgy pudding, it is actually a combination of plum and fig flavors. It's got plum and fig and vanilla, cinnamon. It's a nice.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Now I haven't sipped on this since I first created it.
Yeah.
It smells really good.
What are the big pieces?
That's figs.
Figs.
Fig
Of course.
pieces. It's got fig pieces. It's got ginger pieces. It's a fun tea. I like it a lot. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So that's figgy pudding, and I'm not demonstrating this one tonight, but it's a good one. And then this one's new in the shop. I literally just listed it yesterday. This is called fruit cake. This is a rooibos fruit blend. Oh my goodness, it smells so good.
You know, I think in England they started the what they call the Christmas cake, which is like a fruit cake. The Stir, I think
Oh,
Stir
yeah.
Sunday, I think was last week.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, maybe the week before, but they do that. It's a big deal. You know,
Yeah.
they have their Stir Sunday and get it into the bowl and
Right.
cover it and
Right.
let it sit.
Yeah. Yeah. This tastes better. No, fruitcake gets bad rap. And sometimes it should, and sometimes it shouldn't. Not all fruitcakes are the same, but this is a delicious rooibos tea, and it is naturally decaffeinated, and it's wonderful. It actually has quite a bit of fruit in it. Elderberry, it's got hibiscus, currants, apple, rosehip, blueberry, cranberry, raspberry, strawberry. So it is fruit. It's very fruity, and
I actually
Yeah.
like fruit cake.
I said-
maybe you have to be north of 70
North of 70 to like
to
fruitcake.
like fruitcake.
No. No. There are some fruitcakes that are actually pretty
Yeah.
good. There are some that
They're
are
more
really
vanilla.
disgusting. But
Yeah, but the vanilla cake.
some of them can be really cloying and
And I don't like the
overly
the liquor
sweet.
in it
Yeah,
either.
I
I
don't like
like
the
just the nice vanilla with the fruit.
Yeah. And then so fruitcake, rooibos. This one is a green tea. This is cranberry glow, and I think this is my mom's new favorite.
Oh my goodness, I just love this tea.
It is a combination of green and white teas, actually. It's got cranberry pieces, red rose petals, apple bits, rose hips. Oh, I see a typo in my... There's a typo in my ingredients list. Hibiscus, blackberry leaves, cranberry. It is a nice...
It is wonderful.
It's a nice green tea.
I love
It
it so
smells really
much.
fresh
Yeah.
and bright.
Yeah, it does. And you definitely get the cranberry flavor, but it's
Mhm.
not overly
It's not
tart.
overly. No.
Not tart.
It's a nice, fresh, cool.
It is.
It's fresh.
Yeah,
is
it is.
what comes to mind when I think of it. Oh, your muffins are ready. Okay, and then the next new one that I added yesterday, excuse me, is Snow Globe, which I think is a fun name. This is an herbal tisane, and it's fruits, apple, beets, hibiscus, cinnamon, pineapple pieces, papaya pieces. It does have coconut and almonds in it. And then that fun little, the white bits that look like snow are actually popped rice, which add a little hint of nuttiness to it. Barely. But I think it's fun to look at. It smells amazing. And it's delicious. It's a nice herbal. And so, like I said, I'm trying to add more naturally decaffeinated teas, to the shop. And so you got two of them right there. Okay, and then these I'm going to demonstrate as I'm dumping this one out. This is a black tea. It's actually not new. My mom used to carry this blend, and it just took a while for me to add it back. But this is chocolate l'orange. Yeah, my dad's nodding his head. He likes this. So if you know the British candy, the chocolate orange, that's what this is.
It is.
This is the chocolate orange. I love the chocolate orange.
Me too.
Not everybody loves it, but I love the chocolate orange. And that's what this is, chocolate l'orange. And I'm going to demonstrate this one.
Which are the
Yes,
chocolate.
and the matchsticks. I used to eat those. Like, I would sneak them.
You did.
I did. Because they were good. I knew where you hid them.
You didn't share with me?
You were at work. Okay, so this one is my new favorite, gingerberry.
Yeah, I like it
the
too.
gingerberry
Yeah.
and the cranberry
it's
glow.
it's a close second to
Yeah,
the cranberry
I
glow.
added to the shop at the same time
Yeah.
about a month ago, I guess. But gingerberry, this is my favorite of the new green teas. It's green and white tea combination as well. It's got freeze-dried cranberry pieces, candied ginger, and raisins in it. And I love it. I drank this when I was sick. And no, I need the
I'm sorry.
I'm blending the chocolate orange.
Okay, sorry.
I'm brewing it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to brew the gingerberry, which is a green tea, and it's delightful. It also has a fresh, bright
It does.
flavor, and it's not heavy on the ginger. Like
No.
one of the conversations you and I had was that you didn't think it had enough ginger.
Well, I thought it was a misnomer because I didn't, but my taster's off, so I didn't taste the ginger.
Yeah, I think it depends on if you get
Yeah.
a big bit, because it's big bits of ginger.
Okay.
And I'm still debating adding more ginger to it. But I get enough ginger.
Okay.
So far, I've got
Then
enough
don't
ginger
trust,
out of it.
Don't
so.
trust my taster.
So, but anyway, everybody's different. Okay, and then the third one that I'm going to demonstrate for you, I listed yesterday, and this is sugar cookie, and this is an herbal. So this is the best. It's an herbal, so it's naturally decaffeinated, and it tastes like a sugar cookie.
So it's like your nighttime
It's perfect.
snack.
It's a perfect dessert
Yeah.
cup. That is what I'm drinking today,
Okay.
and it is wonderful.
And I love the way it
absolutely love
smells too.
I know it smells.
Yeah.
It smells like a sugar cookie.
It does. Yeah.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? A little. Molly wants to smell. It reminds me a little bit of the thumbprint cookie.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh, right.
It's like that buttery cookie
Yeah.
with a little hint of the fruit jam.
Yeah. Oh, the Russian tea cake that's in the cookbook.
Well, no, Russian tea cake is different.
Not the one I make. The sugar. It's the sugar cookie with the jam in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's not usually what is called a Russian tea cake, but okay. So
It's in the cookbook.
we'll disagree to disagree, but
But yeah.
but this reminds me of that. But it's not as fruity. But it has a slight hint
Slight
of
hint.
fruit.
Yeah.
Of the fruit, but it's butter cookie
Yeah.
with a little bit of fruity. I like it a lot, and like I said, that's what I was sipping on today, and it's very good. So this one has apple. We'll show it again. Apple, currants, elderberry. It has white willow bark and mistletoe. It does have a little bit of stevia,
Okay.
not much. So I still had to add sweetener to it,
Okay.
and I use an artificial sweetener.
I love elderberry.
Yeah.
So
Cranberry, chamomile,
Yeah.
and so
Okay.
so some may see this as a healthful tea as well. The white willow bark and the mistletoe bring healthful properties to it, as well as the elderberry and
Chamomile.
the chamomile. So it's a nice cup. This might be good at bedtime.
it would be.
Yeah. So I'm
Get
I'm
some of
gonna brew that. And so again, I have a question.
All right. I have dibs on that one.
These are not in a sampler together, and I meant to bring the boxes of the samplers, the holiday samplers, and I forgot to bring those. These are not in a sampler together, but I do a custom sampler.
Oh, there you go.
And so if you want any of these, the six, I only do 6 in the sampler, but if
Okay.
you want any 6 of the teas that I've shown tonight in a sampler, you can ask for a custom sampler with your teas.
That's awesome. I might-
And then you get them
I
in a
might be
sampler.
doing that.
Well, there you go. And then you get your sampler.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to do the herbal first. I finally figured out I need to do the herbal first, not the black
'Cause
tea,
it takes more
because it
time.
takes more time.
Yeah. And that was my fault in putting it in the wrong position.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. No, that's how I have
So I
them
was
too.
thinking dark.
Yeah.
The light.
Okay, so as always, the tea sack. I'm going to get a good, nice. I'm going to get a heaping scoop of the sugar cookie. This is the sugar cookie herbal, and water.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's still hot enough. I forgot to turn it back on. So that's the sugar cookie. And okay, so she's heating up the water, so I'll fill this up. Okay, so on the chocolate l'orange, you can see there's a big piece of orange here. I am going to put that in the tea sack, but I'm going to get the black tea first. And you can see it's got little chocolate bits. So I never really talked about, but the chocolate l'orange does have little miniature chocolate chips in it. And it does have orange.
Are you getting dibs on that one? Okay.
Oh, I don't need the whole spoon. I just need the orange. Yeah, Pop was very excited that I brought this back. Okay, so this is the black tea. And once that water has come back up to the boil, we'll pour the water on it. And then the green tea only needs a couple of minutes. Because this is a green and white tea blend, I'm literally going to give it 2 minutes because I don't want to oversteep or it gets bitter. Some other greens can go longer than 2, but I'm not doing it with this one because it's got the white tea. So I've got a nice scoop of the tea. Now, the thing to know about white tea is it looks like a lot of twigs, but that is the actual tea. And I'm going to, pardon my fingers, while I pull one of these cranberries, I'm going to put the cranberry in there too. So this is the gingerberry. So white tea a lot of times just looks like twigs. And sometimes when I'm sorting through, I might throw away some of the bigger twigs because they don't fit in the bag or the container or whatever. But I try to keep as many in as possible because they actually do steep. And some of them have leaf, like you might get one that's got a little piece of leaf on the end of it. That is your tea. So that's what you need to know about white tea. And it's a larger leaf. So on the gingerberry, so the difference between the cranberry glow and the gingerberry is I do believe there's more white tea in the gingerberry than there is in the cranberry glow.
Okay.
Just based on the size of the
The
leaf.
leaves,
They're
yeah.
much bigger leaves.
Yeah.
And it's way twiggier.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's easy to see that. But yeah, the gingerberry has a higher white tea content than the cranberry glow.
Okay, you sold me.
And I like white tea.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I do
that
too.
could be why I like the gingerberry more than you do. But they're all fabulous.
No, I love white tea. White and green are my favorites.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do the sugar cookie
Okay.
first. Can you reach it? I'll bring it over here. There we go. Because that sugar cookie, we're gonna steep at least 5 minutes. Okay, we'll just leave it there.
Okay.
And then this is the chocolate l'orange. Black. And then this is the gingerberry. And so that's only going to get 2 minutes. And we'll put these back up here while we wait. And do we have any
talk about the
questions?
muffins?
We can show the muffins while we
Yeah.
wait. We really only have 2 minutes. Okay, so make it fast.
All right. Well, I want to show you. Look at how beautiful they are. Exactly 15 minutes.
Perfect.
And they just rise up so beautifully. And look how easy taking those out.
Yeah.
That's why I don't.
Why you don't need to.
And I don't want to. I don't want to. You know. What did I say?
Mess up
Smash up the top and lose the sugar that's on top too. You're with me.
I'm with you.
Okay. You'll have to show Kevin the demo.
I have.
Okay, so there are the pumpkin muffins.
Beautiful.
18 perfect muffins.
They are.
And then what I want to do is I'm going to open up one. And I like doing it this way because then you get two pieces to put your butter on. So you get the top and the bottom. Look at that. And these are so good for breakfast because they're not too sweet. They're great for tea time, which is usually the time I have mine, is at tea time. Or even for the evening when you don't want something super sweet. There you go. Beautiful. Oh. You're liking tonight, aren't you?
And he's about to enjoy his cup of tea. Okay, you can come back over.
Okay.
Okay, so I already squeezed the tea sacks for the green tea and the black tea because they were done, and I don't know where your timer was, but they look right. Thank you very much. So here's the gingerberry. Yes, I'll get that. Okay, so here's the gingerberry, which is the green, white tea. Mm-hmm. And what you missed when I squeezed it, you know, I had thrown that dried cranberry in there. When I squeezed that cranberry, some pink came out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So
Oh,
you missed out
neat.
on that. That would have been fun to see. But
And kind
just
of
a little
swirl
bit.
in there?
Yeah, there's a little
That's neat.
swirl of pink in
Very
there.
cool.
But that is what a green tea should look like.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice yellow color.
Mm-hmm.
The pink is in there. You can see the slight
Yeah.
hint of the pink.
Yeah, I
that's
see
in
it.
there.
Mhm.
Okay, and I did squeeze the black tea as well. And this is the chocolate l'orange. And my dad wants to drink that. So there you go. It's a nice amber color. And then I saved the sugar cookie because this is herbal. It can steep for a while. And that actually looks pretty good. So I'm going to squeeze the bag. So I use that tea bag squeezer and I squeeze every drop out of that tea sack that I can. And Molly's put her hand out. She wants. So this actually has a nice amber color to it, but also a slight purple color.
It does have a purple color.
It's a little purple.
That's
and
really
so I'm
neat.
not sure.
And which one is this?
The sugar cookie.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what's making it purple,
But that is cool.
but it does look a little bit.
You know
purpley.
what? Little girls would love that.
Maybe, and it's delicious.
They would. Now, they would probably, I know, was it you, Molly, who used to put milk in your
Milk and sugar.
milk and sugar in your herbals?
I
And-
don't know that I would put milk in an herbal.
But that's what little,
milk and sugar.
yeah.
In your herbal?
Listen, I was
Yeah.
a kid. I didn't
So
know
I know.
anything.
It would become lilac color.
Yeah,
It'd be
no, that
beautiful.
would be. So I'm going to give this to Molly. She wants, here you go. She can't hear me. she asked for the sugar cookie. And so, yes, I will rename the teas, the holiday teas. Figgy pudding is the one with the figs. That's a black tea. Cranberry glow is the green tea. Gingerberry that I showed right here is the other green tea. My dad's given the thumbs up to the chocolate l'orange, which is the other black tea. And then the three herbals, the first one is the fruitcake rooibos, snow globe herbal, and sugar cookie, which Molly is drinking now. My dad's given thumbs up on the chocolate l'orange.
We're giving personal testimonials. Too.
Yes, yes. Molly drank the pumpkin spice cheesecake and
they
loved it.
love being our guinea pigs.
I love that they drink it.
Yeah.
I would speak when my mouth is full.
And he's full of pumpkin.
All right, so I have a question about the pumpkin muffins. Do they freeze well? Yes, they do. And what I do is once they're totally cool, I wrap them individually in a baggie, like a sandwich baggie. I don't use the zip sandwich
Yeah,
baggie.
you use
I
the
use
fold over.
the fold over kind. But I put them in a baggie, I twist it, and then I can put them, I will either put them in a large cookie tin or I'll put them in another baggie.
Like a gallon.
For me, I put them in a baggie and have them handy in this freezer. And if you do it that way, you don't want to leave them in the freezer too long.
Yeah.
If you put them in a cookie tin, they probably would be okay for 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. I wrap muffins individually like that
Yeah.
too when I put them in the freezer, but I stick them in a freezer gallon bag.
Yeah.
A Ziploc freezer gallon bag, and then I just take one out as I want.
And that's what I do
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't keep them in that for 2 or 3 months.
Well, no, they're going to get eaten.
They're going to.
If you eat one a day,
that's
they're
true.
only going to last a couple weeks.
I know. If that long.
If that, well, I mean, I said one a day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So anyway, I hope you'll make them. I promise you that I will include the recipe and the photographs. I have some photographs of the pumpkin muffins, and those will go up on Tuesday because Monday's Blue Monday. And so they'll go up on Tuesday, but you can't wait till Tuesday. Go to Food for All Reasons. I think they're on the website.
I think they're on the
too.
website.
Yeah, they're on the website, foodforallreasons.com, or you can go to Food for All Reasons Facebook page, and you'll
And you
need
can
to
search.
You'll need to search, or you can even search the photographs for about a year ago, and you'll see the pumpkin muffins that are on a fruit plate.
Yeah.
And but I will do it on Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that was our demo. That was a lot.
That was a lot.
And thanks for sticking with us while we did that.
Good
so,
stuff.
final announcements. The holiday sampler and the Christmas movie sampler are available in the shop. And I apologize that I didn't bring the boxes to show
You've got
with
the
list
Christmas
of teas.
movie sampler.
Yes,
Awesome.
I still have the Christmas movie sampler.
All right, good.
Yeah, I used to call it the Hallmark movie sampler, but now it's just Christmas movie sampler.
Okay. Very good.
Because other people make Christmas movies.
Yes, they do.
And so they are available in the shop. I can't remember what teas are in. I know which ones are in the Christmas movie. I don't know if I can name all 6 of them.
But you've got them listed.
But they're listed
Okay.
they're listed. And in the holiday sampler too, the teas are listed. I just cannot remember
That's all.
what they are.
That's
It's
okay,
6
Jen.
teas.
That's a lot.
There's a lot of teas.
You got a lot of samplers
I got a lot going on.
and boxes.
Yeah. Anything new in the shop is in the new section. So if you're looking at the website, in that menu, in the drop down, there's a new, and anything I've said is new that's listed in the shop is going to be in that section. It's easier to find that way, except for the things that I told you that you need to email me about. Those are not in the website.
Okay.
Like the tea clips and the advent calendars that are not on the website. You have to email me if you're interested in those.
Okay. It occurred to me, I want to make one little announcement. I had a whole host of things last week that were featured. And I hesitate to use the word sale or products or anything because Facebook will pick up on that and they'll limit my my views. But I had some wonderful items, but I'd like to mention in particular the table toppers, because I had a lot of people inquire about the table toppers, and I ran out of most of them. And so if there was a table topper that you were not able to get, or if you want to go back and look, it was Thursday that I had the Christmas table toppers. I had some on Monday for Blue Monday, which were angels and what have you, and doves. But go back and look and see if there was something that you wanted in the 42 by 42 size table topper. And because I'm going to reorder some fabric, and I'm going to need to do that soon. So if you could, I would really appreciate it if you could let me know by tomorrow morning. And because I may go out to Joann's tomorrow afternoon, I'm not sure.
On Sunday?
Well, I know. Well, the reason I'm doing that is because if they don't have what I need, I'm going to have to order online.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. Okay. So the giveaway.
Yes.
Yes. The reason why I don't have the sampler is because I'm not giving away a sampler this month.
Right.
What I'm giving away this month is a 3-ounce tin of Mimi's pumpkin pie, which is that rooibos. It's rooibos, but it does have a little bit of black tea in it. So if you're sensitive to caffeine, be aware that it has a little bit of black tea. But Mimi's pumpkin pie is the giveaway for this month. The key word is pumpkin.
Yeah.
So creative. Really, really not creative.
Well, that's what it was all about tonight.
That's
was
right.
pumpkin.
It's in the pumpkin patch. And so, yeah. So if you're interested in that, put pumpkin in the comment. You only need to do it once. I find them all. Tomorrow after church, I will go through all of the comments to find your keyword, and I'll put your name in the list. And then in the afternoon, Molly and I will draw your name from our fabulous Tea for All Reasons 15-ounce mug. We put them all in the mug, and Molly draws the name out.
So good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And so that's our giveaway for this month. And then the last thing is next month, December 9th,
Yes.
we are doing holiday teas and sweets.
And we've got some good things.
Yeah,
in
it
store for you.
could be prepared. It could be the full 2 hours because we're going to demo.
Yeah.
We're going to do a couple of baking demos, and I'm going to show more holiday teas.
Yeah. Actually, I think we have
three.
three
We've talked about three baked goods
baked goods.
that we're considering doing.
Yeah.
So plan to join us December 9th here at the Tea for All Reasons page. And we will bring you holiday teas and sweets. And
That's it.
that's it. And then in January, I usually do a mini live, just me, just to kind of
Yeah.
cleanse the palate a little bit. It's not even a palate cleanser.
And give mom a rest.
Gives Marmy a rest. No, what I like to feature in January is the Valentine's teas because
Yes.
otherwise they don't get shown.
Right.
And so I'll show you the Valentine's stuff in January, which seems like so far in the
Yeah, I
future,
know.
but it's just
I know.
around the corner.
I know.
So that's what that will be in January.
Okay,
I'll be
good.
showing off the Valentine's teas so that you are aware of those in time for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And then you and I are already talking about next year.
Yeah.
We're going to map it out, and so we'll let you know what February is going to be. I think that's it.
That's it. Thank you
That's a wrap.
all so much for joining us. We had a great time.
Yeah.
We had a great time planning and doing the baking for you.
And
And
showing off the teas.
don't hesitate to ask questions
Yep.
if you didn't do it online. Don't hesitate.
Yeah, you can always email us.
Yeah.
And I'm. thought I was going to finish without coughing. Excuse me. I wanted to remind you of the group. If you're not in the Facebook group, come join us there. Lots of insider info over there. I do show new teas over there first when I get them in stock. And so if you want to be up on things that are happening, come over to the group. And that's Tea for All. It's facebook.com/groups/Tea for All Reasons. You'll see the logo and join us. You do have to answer questions to be approved to the group.
And the group has really grown.
It's grown. We're at about 750
Yeah. It's awesome.
in the group, so that's great. And welcome to everybody who's joined us.
Yeah.
And and please come join us over there if you have not done that already.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
Okay.
That's it. So have a good Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
And
Coming up
if you
soon.
celebrate that, if you're in the U.S., and I think the Canadians already celebrated their
I think they
Thanksgiving,
did.
right? So happy Thanksgiving belated if anyone's in Canada.
Right.
And then we'll wish you a Merry Christmas next month.
Yes, we will. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Good night, folks.
Good night.
Thank you.